Yeah, it was a difficult one because we played so well in that first quarter. I think it was 6 goals to 0 at quarter time, and it just felt like we were on top of them, and a lot of things were going our way, and we just lost our method around the ball. It seemed, I think the contested ball numbers might have been -14 and in the second quarter, maybe the third quarter as well. So they just seemed to have better method than us around the footy and looked a bit more desperate, had a bit more run, and yeah, unfortunately we threw everything at them in the last quarter and just came up short.
So what's this sort of there's that debates growing about whether you're ready for finals and where you stand in that. What's it going to do to you, say, credibility at the moment?
I will certainly review the game. We're not going to, after a loss, just say we're no longer a good footy side, because we are. We lost tonight because we did a lot of things wrong, but at times we just didn't take the game on. And credit to Brisbane, at times they held up our attack. Our attack's been a real weapon for us this year, and at times we just looked a little bit sort of stale and slow with how we moved the ball. That wasn't there in the first quarter because we dominated. We had 20 inside 50s in the first quarter, but yeah, after quarter time they did a pretty good job in holding us up, and they forced us into errors, which is something that we've been pretty good at most of the season. So yeah, there's a few weeks till finals, so we'll make sure we fine-tune that and ensure that come first week we'll be a better side.
Scott, you're out there. Why did it become so stop-start for you?
It's a good question. As the coach said, our first quarter was really good. We went into the quarter-time break with a lot of confidence within the group, but after that we definitely let ourselves down. The coach mentioned the contested ball numbers. They were heavily in their favour, and if that's the case, it's going to hurt you on the scoreboard, and that reflected that in the second quarter.
Did you feel like you were going to finish over the top of them that last quarter? You came in pretty hard, got to within 4 points. Did you feel like you're about to finish over the top of them?
Yeah, I'd definitely back our group in to run over any side. I think we're a fit side, and tonight, as we just said, we threw everything at it in the last quarter and come up just short, which is disappointing. But in saying that, we probably didn't deserve to win with some of the numbers that went their way.
That's one of the key things, Brenton. All those key indicators that you like to pump up are all in the negative territory for you.
Yeah, our board tonight was full of red, which is a bad sign. The numbers that we really pride ourselves on, we got beaten at tonight. So doesn't mean we're a bad side. It just means we had a night tonight where we couldn't get on top of the opposition, and we had a flat second quarter. Came out after half time, which is we normally play so well. Our numbers in third quarters this year have just been terrific, but we had another flat third quarter, and it's almost like we were waiting for it to be the last second before we just would just take some adventure, and a couple of times we got really close, like you said. We missed a few set shots late and a couple of undisciplined acts, which sort of cost us with reversal of frees and stuff, but probably didn't have the poise as much tonight as what we've liked for the majority of the season. So we'll certainly review it. We won't sulk. We'll get back on with work as quick as we can. We've got an 8-day break, so we'll certainly lick our wounds and ensure we put a much better performance out next week.
Do you think it's going to be costly?
Time will tell. We've just got to keep winning. Which is important for our group to look at the game in review, see where we went wrong, and just make sure that we're ready for September. Having said that, we won't look too far ahead and ensure that we put a much better effort out against Melbourne.
Is there some legitimate thought that because you've had an unsettled side for so long, that it's taking a strain on them now?
Not so much. It's not unsettled. We just look at the balance of our team. So we pick the side that we feel is the best to win each week. So, I mean, you look at it either way. Some people like to have a side that doesn't change much through the whole season. With this group, we've felt that we can change a few players here and there and ensure that we get the best matchups every week, which suits us. And perhaps tonight we didn't get it right, but we'll look at that next week and ensure we put a better balanced side out.
What do you think the loss of Tarvin cost you?
Yeah, it's an important player for us. I thought, Rutton's role on Brown was okay after half time, so that wasn't a major issue for us. And we looked okay down at back at times, but probably just our poise with the footy at times. When we had it, we just looked like we panicked too often.
You know that line that you keep pushing that you want to see a ruthless Crows? Why do you think that didn't happen tonight?
It did happen at times in the game, yeah. I mean, there were times when it wasn't there. I thought it was more our discipline, we just looked like it wasn't us a few times when we, giving away costly free kicks or second to the ball, method around the contest. We're still a ruthless side, at no point tonight did we throw the white towel in and say, or put the white flag up and say we've had enough. We kept fighting, we kept digging, and a lot of guys were a bit down tonight and probably too much left to too few again, but at the same time I think we still fought it out, and if you're rating our ruthlessness out of 10, it probably wasn't a 10, but I think we were still fighting to the end.
What about Kurt Tibbett? How do you reflect on picking him this week?
Oh, we needed to play him. I mean, he's in our best 22. When he's playing well, we're playing well. It's really important that we get him back in. He was always going to be a bit rusty tonight, and I thought he tried his backside off to get to as many contests as he could, and a few hit his hands, which he normally would take, and unfortunately spilled, but he'll be much better for the run, and I'm sure, another good week on the track for him. So happy that he got through. He'll just get better now as the weeks go through to September.
Scott, what have the group got to do from a result like this? What's the big lesson for them?
Oh, look, we have to definitely stick together. It was a disappointing result tonight. We've got 2 weeks now to get it right before the finals start, and we'll head over to Melbourne next week and put a better performance out on the park, no doubt.
Is it a pretty strong reminder of how things could happen in September if you just go off the boil a little bit?
Oh, I think it just goes to show no matter what the opposition is, if you're a couple of % off your game, you'll get beaten, and that was the result tonight. We've mentioned some of the numbers that went against us, and we'll regroup and have a look at some vision during the week on where we can get better and take that to the G next week.
What do you think about the way you handle when a team comes at you with speed? There's an old argument that the pros are one of the slower sides going around. Do you think that's...
No, I don't think so. I think at times tonight we made Brisbane look slow. 6 goals to 0 in the first quarter, 20 inside 50s, 11 shots for goal. But we just couldn't string that together for 4 quarters. So we've got to work on our consistency. As I said before, we're not going to sit and sulk about it. Told the boys just quickly then to keep their chin up, make sure they recover, learn from the loss, walk out of the stadium with your head high, and we'll get on with next week.
What do you think you learned from it?
I'm always learning. I learn every quarter that we play. But it's important that, as well as the team looking to improve, we'll look to improve as coaches as well. We'll keep working on our structures and our systems and ensure that we're ready to go as well when it comes September.
I noticed the sign there. Scott, do you think that some of those criticisms that are put on Adelaide just don't have any merit?
What sort of criticisms are we talking about?
That you can be slow, that maybe the draws hurt you, maybe you're not ranked as
the
best two in the competition.
I think we've got a lot of league speed through our team, no doubt, and I'll back our sin against anyone.